What's going on, YouTubers, gamers, and fellow hobbyists out there? Welcome to Chill with Pete. I'm chilling in my Seaton tramway hat. Look at that, look. Picked this one up the other day. It's only 3 days old, this cap. It's very comfortable. Obviously, I went on the tramway. I took my brother-in-law. We all went up. My brother-in-law and daughter was up for the weekend, and he was experiencing the delights of Seaton. So I picked this up then in the gift shop at the end by Colleton. Yeah, I picked this one up. I thought, you can never have too many hats. I like hats, and here with the sun and everything, you know, to protect that head of mine. Different hats, different occasions. Makes me look like a tourist, which I'm not, but I'm okay with that. I like the Seaton tramway. Awesome. Anyway, what have we got to talk about? Well, the issue with my health still ongoing. Eyesight's still a problem. Difficult to read. So painting might not be, great. Oh, and by the way, before we get into it, no coffee today. It's too hot, so I'm having an iced Coke or iced cola. But I've picked something up recently. As you guys know, I used to be heavily into Zombicide, especially the first edition of the Zombicide when it first came out, and that awesome, brilliant. I thought it was groundbreaking. The mechanics of co-op play, being able to play on your own, blew my mind. It really did. Anyway, some of you may be interested to know I've now picked up second edition. I'm sure Mini Warmat will be appreciative of that. It's been, I've got all the other, like most of the other ones. I say not all the other ones, but that was my first second edition purchase. I know Brian's very heavily into Zombicide second edition, and quite rightly so. It's a cracking game. So I'm going to read through this. There is an option in there to just read on what's new if you've well versed in the other rules, and I could do that. I know I could do that. And for someone with my condition, that would probably be easier. I'm not taking the easy route. I want to try and go through the rules as best I can. I've got a magnifier now. This is Mini Wars and got me one of those, light up magnifiers to help you read. It's not perfect, but it enables me to read some stuff, and the rule book in here seems quite like a fairly easy font to read. I should be able to get away with it, so I'm looking forward to that. I do have a question to pose to you on this, Chill Pete, though. How do I paint these Zombicide models now? Do I go the traditional route like I did once before? Do I go contrast, speed paint, combination of that, or all three? What would you do? Essentially, even this core box set, there's 88 miniatures in it, right? So it's kind of like painting a horde army if you're having to do that. Some might argue it's just a tabletop board game. You don't need to paint the miniatures that well. I like to paint miniatures to the best of my ability. There are times I admit, with first edition Zombicide, some of the walkers I was a little bit slapdash, so I was getting towards the end of the box. I'm wondering if I can combine them actually, so that I don't run out of walkers and things like that. That'd be quite interesting, wouldn't it? The biggest problem with Zombicide I found, and this is because I'm not the most organised of people, the biggest problem I found was storage. Not just of the miniatures, but of the tiles and the cards and the dice and everything else, all the little bits of plastic token that you accumulate, right? I was looking through this. The noise tokens. look the same. They look identical as the noise tokens in the first edition game. So that's something I could amalgamate. If I could amalgamate the miniatures as well, that would be awesome. Oh, that would be awesome. That really would. You seem to get an extra health, like wound point with these, because you had 2, I think, on the first edition. You get 3 in this one, or at least you do as a adult. There's kid characters in it as well, and they get 2. There's got to be some advantage to playing as a child in this game. I don't know. I'm gonna find out. Some of you may be like yelling at the screen right now, saying, "Well, it's such and such." Or, well, I haven't read the rules yet. I've just had a quick, literally 2 flicks from. Oh yeah, that looks good. Through the rule book. I mean, I've got hardback mission books for the first edition. I'm wondering if any of it can be incorporated into this, because what I'm thinking of doing is amalgamating what I can and just binning off the first edition stuff. I doubt I can even. I don't think I can even amalgamate the cards, even though they're the same size, because they've got different backs on. I would love to be able to amalgamate things like the murder of crows into it, because they're good miniatures, and that was a brilliant not just mechanic, but aspect of first edition Zombicide. Those crows were scary. To me, I personally, and I played more games of Zombicide than I care to remember, but those crows I found scarier than the Abomination. Because the Abomination, right? I mean, in this, I'm talking first edition, so forgive me. You only had one Abomination, and by the time he was on the board, most of the time, you had the gear to take him down, so he wasn't really that scary. You'd built your Molotov or your flamethrower, whatever you needed to kill him off. And in this game, the second edition, just quickly saw you don't even need to build Molotovs. You get them already built. That's awesome. Pretty cool. So you don't have to get like the bottle and the fuel and all the rest of it. So that's really cool. I like that. I can deal with that. A helicopter going by above my head. Not very common for Seaton, I have to say. Probably something to do with the RNLI. Anyway, but this is on beside. The miniatures look fantastic. I've got to say, from what I can see, poorly eyesight, what I'm able to see, they look fantastic. So I want to be able to recover my eyesight, and I want to be able to do a good paint job on them. I'm not going to be able to rush it, and I know that. I'd like to be able to get them all built, painted and ready for when like my brother-in-law comes up again. There's plenty of time. I said we could play this board game. Pretty awesome. I think you'd like it. He seemed fairly interested in it. He's never done anything like that before, so it'd be a totally new alien concept to him. Look at that. I can even go backwards if I wanted to. Man, it is hot right now. It is hot. My cat's under. I put up an umbrella. It was kind of like a parasol to give him a bit of shade. He's kind of under the umbrella now, which is quite cute to look at. What time have we got here? 9 minutes. I'm not going to go until the time it takes me to drink all my Coke, because I don't know. It's not like a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. It gets quicker and quicker as it cools down. Anyway, so I'm thinking of getting back into Zombicide 2nd edition and exploring that and hitting that big time as well. Still got the 40k stuff. Still got the Fall of Cadia table recreation to work on in the future. I've got loads to work on in the future. I've got a lot of models and miniatures for that. And I've even got a really good table mat to use for that as well. Fall of Cadia, so will be brilliant. Maybe my friend's yet to come up and stay. He hasn't been here yet to see the delights of Seaton, but a friend of mine, he's played me at Warhammer before, so he might be able to come up and we might be able to get some games in when he's here, so that'll be good. I could possibly, I've not tried it, but this courtyard here, provided it wasn't baking hot like it is now, you could probably set up a table out here in the courtyard, play out here. I don't know the logistics of that, how easy that would be. If anybody's done that, I know some of you have played outdoors. How easy is it to film, I guess is what I'm saying. Do you get much like noise? Is it easy to, or does it depend on the type of like battle report you film? I don't know. But these are all options for the future. So I've got the Zombicide stuff, which I'm just starting to get into now, or the new Zombicide stuff. I've got all the Warhammer stuff, which is ongoing. I've got the bolt action stuff. I've got the Flames of War stuff, and I've got all of the role-playing stuff to do in all the different formats and games I've got. So I've got lots to do, loads to do, but it's going to be pretty fun. But you know, the main point of this video is a question to you. Like I said, how would you paint a good miniature based tabletop game now, like a good board game, the likes of Zombicide 2nd edition? I think the miniatures deserve a decent paint job, but just given the sheer number of them, how would you approach it? Combination, or traditional, or like a speed paint / contrast? I'm thinking of using some contrast, speed paint type stuff on the survivors in a combined format with traditional painting, because I'm not trying to knock them out quickly. I would really work on them to make them look good, but essentially I want to prime them in a lighter colour, kind of make them pop a bit more on the tabletop, I suppose. White or light grey. Grey sear is quite good. I've got white primer too. Yeah, I just want to make them pop a bit. What I do like about the 2nd edition Zombicide, you got the little trays that you've got in the other games as well, like the Invader and all that kind of stuff. I love Zombicide Invader, and I love the mechanics of that. It's got a little colour rings you can pop your miniature in as well, so that's all good. That's good. I suppose it's easier at a glance for a tabletop game to see which one you are. With a 1st edition Zombicide, I guess you were relying on, if it was unpainted, well, if it was unpainted it didn't matter, it was the colour of the plastic of the miniature that you were using. If you'd painted it, it relied on how well you painted them, how close do they look to the character board you've got, whereas here it's just obvious because you pop them into the colour ring, and that's cool. I'm okay with that. I hope I'm not waffling too much. We've got washing out here in our corner, which is like, you put it out and by the time you finish pegging it out it's dry. It's so hot here. I pulled this table back into the shade against this wall here, this backdrop. The sun moves around constantly. There's sun in the courtyard all day, but it does move. So at the moment shade here, and that's where I'm sat. Even though I'm in the shade, very, very hot, but nothing like if I was on the other wall, facing that direction, literally right in what Mrs. Minnie Warzone calls the line of fire of the sun. I'd have to have dark glasses on for that, but I think I'm quite well protected with the peak here, so it's not too bad. I still want to come on with the dark glasses straight away, because I wouldn't have been able to see the screen at all if I did that. Whereas doing it this way, I can at least see the screen. So channel-wise, it's true I haven't been able to get any on the benches or on the beaches out. Just due to the fact of time, not having enough time to be able to do them. I might be able to get one filmed today later on, might, but that is a very depending on what else is going on. We've ordered ourselves another new wardrobe to go in our bedroom. At the moment we're still using a temporary pop-up one, and we still have some clothes in boxes, so that's really can't keep going on like that. We just need to get that away. It's an identical copy of the white wardrobe that's in our spare room, so that's going to look nice. I am thinking of doing a show and tell of my beautiful Haven courtyard here for patrons. I might do a quick through and through for the free content as well, but for my patrons, because I know I've spoken with you guys about the difficulty I had with my old garden. Although I loved it, the upkeep and maintenance of it, whereas here it's not completely maintenance free, but it's very, very, very low maintenance, and I'm good with that. I'm very good with that. So that is good. So channel wise, yeah, I haven't been able to get those on the beaches, and I'm doing on the benches to try and make the numbers up so it's a nice finishes on a nice number, or at least finishes for a while. They're not done yet, but on the beaches are here to stay. Went on the beach yesterday, not in the water, but I went on the beach, took my brother-in-law down there, and we were just like cooking on the beach. Loads of people there, people on their paddle boards and swimming and goodness knows what else. So it feels like summer is finally here with us, and that's good. It feels like the summer has arrived. So channel wise, time, there's so much beautiful stuff to do here, it's difficult. I was looking at the bowling green again yesterday, so Jam Jar 34, if you're watching, they got a cracking bowling green here in Seaton. Might have to film that sometime, and I'm considering joining that in the future, but it's all to do with dependent on time and my health, of course. If I can see to do stuff, yeah, I mean, I want to start painting these miniatures here, but I want to be able to see what I'm doing. Otherwise, it's going to look a right mess, and I don't want to do that. So, yeah. But we're going to get there. So, although I haven't been able to do the on the benches, I've done a few unboxings, haven't I? You've seen a few of those. I've got another one to do. Another couple to do, actually. I didn't do an unboxing of Zombicide 2nd edition because everybody's seen it. Everybody's veterans now. I'm the one playing catch up on Zombicide now, but it'll be good when I get into it and start playing the 2nd edition, so that I can compare it with 1st edition, and then I'll do a video on that. Anyway, I think that's long enough for this video. Final sip of Coke. It is actually Coca-Cola. The ice is melted long ago. So yeah, so that's my question to you. What method should I paint it when I do get around to painting it? What method would you use? What method have you used? Let me know in the comments below. It's 88 miniatures in the core set, and then you got all the expansions as well. So there's a lot of miniatures I had to paint for it. So let me know in the comments below what method you would use or what method you have used. I'd be very interested to hear that. And yeah, I know I'm late to this party, but you know, pour me a drink and I'll pull up a seat. So until the next time, guys, remember, all brushes lead to war. I will see you in another video. I will. Please like, share, subscribe, all that other good stuff. And all brushes lead to war. Yeah. Bye for now. Bye bye.